welcome to the room of requirement. Today I'm going to be talking about why nervous system regulation is the gatekeeper to magic and manifestation. This is part 2 of the previous video that I did on the 7 layers of the auric energetic body. So this is a little bit of a deeper dive. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. The aura as an electromagnetic field. Most people believe magic and manifestation fail because they didn't visualize hard enough, didn't believe enough, or weren't aligned. That's not why it fails. Magic fails when the nervous system cannot hold the charge of what you're trying to create. And manifestation collapses when your aura is incoherent, fragmented, or unstable, regardless of how spiritual you are. This is something the ancient mystery schools understood deeply, and something modern spirituality almost completely ignores. Today, I want to show you why nervous system regulation is the true gatekeeper to magic, and why your life is not responding to your thoughts. It is responding to the electromagnetic coherence of your field. The esoteric function of the nervous system. In mystery traditions, the body was never seen as separate from spirit. The nervous system was understood as the interface between the unseen and the material. Ancient initiates knew that you cannot channel force through a fractured vessel, you cannot sustain higher currents through instability, and you cannot command reality while your system is in survival. This is why initiations were gradual, why purification came before power, why stillness preceded invocation. An unregulated nervous system keeps you trapped in fight, forceful manifestation, flight, avoidance and spiritual bypassing, freeze, collapse, depression, or spiritual fatigue, fawn, seeking external validation from the universe. And none of these states can hold sustained magical charge. Magic requires containment. Containment requires regulation. The aura as an electromagnetic field. The aura is not symbolic. It is not poetic, and it's not imaginary. It is a bioelectromagnetic field generated by the heart, the nervous system, the endocrine system, and the coherence between them. When ancient texts spoke of luminous body or the light body, they were describing a measurable energetic field long before modern instruments existed. Here's the key truth. Your aura broadcasts your nervous system state at all times, and it also fluctuates. So not your affirmations, not your rituals, not your intentions, your state. A regulated system produces a smooth, rhythmic, coherent field, predictable energetic boundaries, clear signal transmission. A dysregulated system produces fragmentation, signal noise, field collapse, inconsistent attraction, and this is why your life reflects your coherence and not your desires. Why manifestation fails for spiritual people. This is where many seekers get confused. They meditate, they visualize, they ritualize, they pray, but underneath, their nervous system is still holding trauma, grief, hypervigilance, suppressed fear, unprocessed shock, and from an esoteric standpoint, this creates field interference. You cannot stabilize a manifestation when your body expects danger, your system anticipates loss, your field is bracing for collapse. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what your field can sustain without destabilizing. So this is why people manifest almost what they want, temporary versions, or situations that collapse shortly after arrival. The system rejects what it cannot regulate. Magic as a field coherence and not force. True magic is not about forcing reality. It is about becoming a coherent field that reality naturally organizes around. In Hermetic teachings, this was called dominion, authority, sovereignty, not dominance, but stability. A regulated nervous system holds intention without strain, sustains presence without collapse, maintains clarity without obsession. This is why stillness has always been the final initiation. When your field is coherent, synchronicities increase, resistance dissolves, effort decreases, timing aligns naturally. This isn't luck, this is physics, this is esotericism, and this is embodiment. The real initiation. So if magic feels blocked, if manifestation feels inconsistent, if your path feels stalled, ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? But can my nervous system hold what I'm asking for? Is my aura stable enough to sustain the life that I want? It's basically, can your nervous system handle the influx of divine energy that you're wanting to manifest, right? So nervous system regulation is number one. It's very important. The real initiation is not learning more techniques. It is becoming a vessel that can hold power without fracture. And when the vessel stabilizes, reality responds. Not because you asked, but because your field became undeniable. Part 2. How to regulate the field, advanced practices for nervous system coherence, and magical stability. If this has resonated, you're likely standing at the threshold between seeking and embodiment. This is the level where the real work begins. The shift from knowing to embodying. In this first part, we talked about why regulation is the gatekeeper to magic, why your aura reflects your nervous system, and why reality organizes around coherence and not desire. Now we move into something much rarer. This is not about calming down. This is not about positive energy. This is not about bypassing discomfort. This is about training the body to hold power without fragmentation. In the mystery schools, this was never taught all at once. It was revealed progressively because regulation is not a technique, it is a capacity. Establishing the neutral field, the forgotten state of power. Most people think power feels intense. In reality, power feels neutral. Neutrality is the state where the nervous system is neither bracing nor collapsing. The aura is neither pushing nor pulling. The field is receptive without leaking. To establish the neutral field, you must bring attention to the center of the chest, not emotionally, but physically. Let the breath drop lower than comfort. Slow the exhale slightly, longer than the inhale. Now here's the key. Do not attempt to feel peaceful. Do not attempt to visualize. Simply allow the body to stop anticipating. Anticipation is the primary disruptor of coherence. This practice trains the system to remain present without reaching, which is the foundation of all higher magic. Containment before expansion, why most people leak power. Expansion without containment fractures the field. This is why people who open physically without grounding often experience anxiety, disassociation, exhaustion, energetic overwhelm. Containment is the ability to hold sensation without discharge. To train this, choose a mild sensation, warmth in the hands, pressure in the chest, tingling in the spine. Instead of amplifying it, stay with it. Do not move it. Do not interpret it, and do not release it. Containment teaches the nervous system, I can hold intensity without collapse. This is the same capacity required to hold abundance without sabotage, hold visibility without fear, hold intimacy without withdrawal, and containment is regulation. Rhythmic coherence, the secret of stability. The nervous system organizes itself through rhythm, not control. Ancient initiates used chanting, breath cadence, walking patterns, repetitive ritual movement. To restore rhythmic coherence, choose a simple rhythm. A slow inhale of 4, a pause of 2, an exhale of 6. Let the rhythm become predictable. A predictable rhythm tells the field, there is no emergency. From an esoteric standpoint, rhythm stabilizes the aura by reducing signal noise, synchronizing internal systems, creating a stable broadcast frequency. And this is why chaotic practices create chaotic lives. Order in the body creates order in the field. Field boundaries and signal clarity. Why sensitive people absorb too much. A regulated field has edges. Not walls, not armor, but definition. When boundaries are unclear, emotions bleed, thoughts fragment, and energy disperses. To clarify the field, sense the outer edge of your body, your skin, weight, pressure. Do not imagine light. Do not push energy outward. Just notice where you end. This awareness alone strengthens the auric boundary. Clarity comes from definition, not by force. When the field is defined, you attract without effort. You repel without aggression, and you remain sovereign without isolation. Integrating power without performance, the final test. The final destabilizer is performance. Trying to appear calm, trying to appear spiritual, trying to appear powerful. Performance fractures coherence instantly. True regulation means you do not need to prove alignment. You do not need to display power. You do not need to convince reality of anything. Power integrates quietly. If you can, sit in silence without needing outcome. Hold presence without urgency. Remain neutral while something unfolds. Then your field is stabilizing, and when the field stabilizes, manifestation becomes the side effect, not the goal. The real work. These practices are not about fixing yourself. They're about becoming inhabitable. The universe does not withhold, it responds to capacity. And capacity is built through regulation, containment, rhythm, boundaries, stillness. This is the work beneath all magic. Initiation begins. If this work feels confronting, if it feels subtle yet demanding, that's because this is the layer where initiation actually begins. So stay tuned for part 3, where we'll take a deeper dive into initiation and embodiment, explaining all of this a little bit further. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope this gives you a different spin, some information that you haven't heard before about how magic works, the auric field, the 7 layers, how manifestation really works. There's a lot of information out there about, visualization boards and all these different things. But this right here, the esoteric path, this is the real path on how to really embody the energy and become a container of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for sticking around this long. I will have part 3 out. If you haven't seen part 1 about the 7 layers of the aura, check that one out. Then check this one out, and then stay tuned for part 3. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys later. Bye.